It's the conference championship week of the NFL playoffs for the 2025-2026 season. We've got just 2 games left until we get to the big game. We've got a couple of good games on the slate for this week, and here at DFSG Plus, we try to add a little bit more value to your watching experience, something to provide a little bit more entertainment as you watch football on Sunday. And here on this show, we cover touchdown props. So if you wait in just a second, we'll cover a couple of plays that I like in particular for conference championship weekend of the NFL playoffs. Sit tight. Welcome back to the DFSG Plus YouTube channel. On this show, I am your host, Axton Harding, and we cover touchdown props each and every week of the NFL season, and we've got two weeks left of NFL football for the 2025-2026 season. We go all the way through the playoffs. Go check out Derek and Sebastian's show. Also on the channel, they cover all kinds of player props and game picks. It's a good show, give you plenty of options to choose for your betting needs on NFL Sunday. Again, as always, set a limit and stick to it, bet responsibly. These are not even suggestions. It's more or less just research I've done to back up the plays that I've made personally on any given week of the NFL season. If you like my case, feel free to tail. If not, no hard feelings. So let's jump right into the plays. We've got 2 plays, only 2 games, so figure I would take a play from each of these games this weekend. Let's cover them. Cortland Sutton comes in first with an anytime touchdown price at plus 245. We're looking at almost, 3 or 4 times your money here. So, to start off, of course, they're playing at home against the New England Patriots. New England has allowed the 10th most wide receiver touchdowns so far this season with 17. That's the most among all 4 remaining playoff teams. So, I think the only issue here or concern that anybody might have with the Denver Broncos in scoring wide receiver touchdowns is that they have Jarrett Stidham at quarterback, who's likely causing the payout for this. Cortland Sutton is the most expensive wide receiver or pass catcher for the Denver Broncos to score a touchdown this week, and plus 245, we're looking at some nice juice. But here's the thing. Jarrett Stidham has performed respectably in the starts he's had so far in his career, at least in the last several years. In 2023, he played 2 games, and he passed for a combined 496 yards and 2 touchdowns. And in 2022, he also played 2 games, and he passed for a combined 584 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that's over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns in just 4 starts. You extrapolate that out to a regular season, and in a mere 16 weeks, he'd have over 4,000 yards. Of course, that's a big stretch considering the lack of playing time that he's had. But just to put things into perspective, he's done pretty well. 6 touchdowns in 4 games and over 1,000 yards. So I don't think we have too much to worry about with Stidham at quarterback. I think he's rose up to the occasion for the most part when he gets a start and performed respectably. Not to mention that Cortland Sutton's red zone status is pretty hot in this Denver offense. He's the team lead in targets with 19 targets, and he's converted 4 of his 7 catches on those targets into touchdowns. He's the most likely candidate for this team to get looks inside the 20, and Sutton has 7 touchdowns on the year, but he hasn't scored in several weeks, so he is due. And with Stidham having no games played this season, it seems likely that he leads on his veteran receiver when they get into scoring position. I like Sutton for an anytime touchdown, plus 245 on that price. Our next play this week is Colby Parkinson with an anytime touchdown price at plus 310. He plays at Seattle this week. Seattle's given up 6 touchdowns to the tight end position this season. They are more middle of the pack in terms of touchdowns allowed to the tight end position. Last week, they also let Tongas for the San Francisco 49ers become the leading pass catcher in last week's game. He caught 5 of 6 for 59 yards and before he got injured in a blowout game against the Seattle Seahawks. So they are susceptible to the tight end position already, and LA will be more competitive than the San Francisco 49ers. They'll be able to get into scoring position more often and be able to give him some of those opportunities when they get in close. And when they do get inside the 20, the targets become more concentrated. In the open field, they like to target Puka Nacua and some of those big playmakers, but when they get inside the 20, it's Davante Adams and Colby Parkinson. Davante Adams is the most targeted inside the red zone for this team with 32 targets, but second on the team in red zone targets is Colby Parkinson with 20 red zone targets. He's caught 14 of them and converted 5 of those to score. So we're looking at a 33% conversion rate when he catches a pass inside the 20. 1 out of every 3 passes, on average, tends to find the end zone. So we're looking pretty good here as long as Colby can get a couple of targets inside the red zone. We've got a good opportunity for him to potentially find one and find Pater. Stafford clearly has preference on targets when they get in close to the end zone, so I expect him to look to the big man on more than one occasion when they get into scoring position. So that's going to do it for this week's show. Again, we'll recap just really quickly. We've got Cortland Sutton with an anytime touchdown price at plus 245, and Colby Parkinson with an anytime touchdown price here at plus 310. If we place a wager on both of these and just one hits, we still make a profit on this week's show. So we're just looking for one of these two heavily coveted pass catchers inside the red zone to find the end zone this week, and we've got some good prices. So I've got a good feeling about these two guys. And that's going to do it for the show this week, everybody. Good luck in the betting world, and hopefully you guys come away with some extra cash this week. Again, set a limit, stick to it, bet responsibly. Don't go out of your means by any means. This is all meant to be fun, and so good luck again, and we'll see you back next week for Super Bowl touchdown props. So good luck out there, guys, and we'll see you next time.